There comes a point in every man's life where he must choose between chasing validation and choosing himself. And the moment you choose yourself, truly choose yourself, everything changes. Not because you're playing games, not because you're trying to make her react, but because silence becomes the language of self-worth. Today, I want to reveal what really happens when a man steps back, grows quiet, and reclaims his power. Silence is not a manipulation tactic. It is a declaration of self-respect. People often misunderstand silence, assuming it is a strategy used to provoke reactions or create insecurity. But genuine silence, the kind that comes from a grounded and emotionally disciplined person, has nothing to do with games. It is a form of communication that speaks without noise, without pressure, without demand. It is the internal decision to value your peace over constant explanation, argument, or pursuit of validation. When you choose silence from a place of strength, you're not withholding affection, attention, or clarity to control someone. You are simply refusing to participate in patterns that drain you. Silence becomes your boundary. It becomes the moment you step back from chaotic energy, emotional inconsistency, or situations that no longer support your growth. This type of silence is self-protection, not punishment. It is you understanding that your mental and emotional health come before any desire to prove yourself to another person. People who are emotionally grounded understand that not every situation requires a response. Not every disagreement needs immediate resolution. Not every moment demands that you defend why you feel the way you do. Sometimes the most powerful statement you can make is to disengage and let your actions speak. Silence gives you space to think. It gives you the distance required to regain clarity. It removes the fog created by heightened emotions and reveals what truly matters. There is a psychological shift that happens when silence is practiced with intention. You become more aware of your needs, your boundaries, and the behaviors you've tolerated for too long. You begin to see how much energy you were investing into people or situations that were not giving anything meaningful back. Silence allows you to step into the observer role, watching patterns and dynamics from the outside rather than drowning in them. And from that vantage point, you can finally see what aligns with your values and what doesn't. This is why silence is powerful. Not because of how others react to it, but because of how deeply it transforms you. It teaches you self-control. It teaches you emotional discipline. It teaches you that your worth is not determined by how loudly you fight for someone to notice you, understand you, or stay with you. Your worth exists independent of anyone's recognition, and silence reinforces that. When you stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you, you reclaim your energy. When you stop chasing conversations that go nowhere, you regain your dignity. When you choose to withdraw your effort from someone who repeatedly overlooks it, you begin to heal. Silence makes your standards visible. It signals that you will no longer argue for your place, nor will you fight to be valued. People respond to this type of silence because it shifts the dynamic. When someone is used to you always being available, always fixing things, always reaching out first, your silence forces them to see your absence. It creates a contrast between the attention they received and the emptiness they now feel. But again, the goal is not to force them to come running. The goal is to return to yourself. And when you do, something remarkable happens. You stop fearing loss. You stop fearing rejection. You stop fearing that silence means the end of a relationship or the end of someone's interest. Instead, you trust that whatever is right for you will respect your quiet. You trust that the people meant to be in your life will not require you to shout to be heard. Silence reveals truth, not about others, but about you. It shows how you handle disappointment, how you manage emotions, and how firmly you stand in your identity. It is a reminder that you deserve peace, and that sometimes peace requires stepping back rather than stepping forward. Choosing silence is choosing yourself. It is choosing growth, dignity, clarity, and inner strength. It is the quiet confidence of someone who no longer needs to beg for understanding or chase for attention. It is the moment you decide that your life, your purpose, and your emotional stability matter more than temporary reactions. And that decision changes everything. ChatGPT can make EMSO stand tall, step back when needed, speak less, move with purpose. Let your silence reveal the truth, not about her, but about you. Because the man who masters silence masters himself.